'Cause you brought the flames and you put me through hell.
What's going on, guys? It is Brian, alongside a guy here,
Aces,
Mr. Flex, and we are worth the download. Today, big artist, not really that big artist, Kesha, album called Rainbow. I'll say, just take it away from you.
Okay, I'll take it away from you. Okay, so obviously the big disclaimer here is that I don't think either of us had listened to a full Kesha album before, right? But listening to the singles through the last couple of years, you get a bit of a feel what she was bringing to the table.
What to expect.
Yeah, but we knew that she did a minor change to her name, right? She took the $sign out of her name and just left it with a normal S. Right, and so we were thinking maybe that's a sign that she's going to be changing up her sound a little bit, right? And so from the singles that she had released and stuff, it seemed like that was maybe the direction that she was going. And so going into this album, I think my bar was set pretty low going into this album, but yet I was still, I think, disappointed. I was still disappointed. So I'll give it this. Like she did do some interesting stuff. She did change up her sound a bit, right? She definitely had a little bit more, I guess, acoustic music going on there, a little bit more country themed and influenced music,
kind
right?
Of folky too, right?
A little bit folky, yeah, a little more like folky and country, and she had some interesting collaborations, I think, that came along with this project as well. She does a one sort of collaboration with Dolly Parton, right? So it's a big country artist. Then you've got the collaboration with Eagles of Death Metal, right? So that was an interesting one. That was probably one of my favorite tracks, I think, off of this album, just because there was a little bit more rock to it, right? So I think I like that about it. And so that was pretty much about it. There's also a few songs that were like really disappointing to me. Like I'm sitting there listening to this and I'm just like, what am I listening to? And that's kind of the feeling that I kind of had. And so I mean, the album was okay. I can't say it was horrible. I probably listened to worse albums, but for a pop album, because she's a pop artist, right? Like at the end of the day, like that's what she's been known for. I felt like even the production and everything else of it, like it just wasn't that to like a pop level to me. It just seemed subpar to me. I don't know. How did you feel about this album?
Well, you know what? Like, I don't like Kesha is always been kind of interesting. She's known to be like basically not a clean person. I don't want to say a wrong thing, especially on a video. But yeah, so she's kind of weird in her way. But she did change her way of, I guess, living a bit. I think she's a little bit more respectful, but in this album in particular, she's also there's a little bit of vulgarness to it, right?
Yeah, there definitely
is. And it's kind of like it's kind of sad because she does actually have a voice. Like she is talented in terms of her vocals and musically, right? I just feel like she doesn't take it too seriously, or maybe this is the way she wants to produce her music to the world, or like show the music right, to the world. Something that I caught about the album in particular, that like I felt like there was parts in the album, especially in the endings of songs, where it cuts off to like raw sound, like raw audio, where you can hear the background of them and people laughing in the background. There's even like a song, I can't remember what song in particular, where she's singing and she starts laughing because she was getting distracted or getting made fun of by someone else in the studio. Yeah. So that kind of shows me, okay, you don't really care, or maybe she does, or maybe that's what she was going for, right? But overall, that was not that great. I didn't necessarily like everything. I liked the first song, and then everything just came crashing from there.
Yeah, like the first couple of tracks kind of got me interested because like the first one was okay. It was a little bit different. Like it was it's called Bastards, and it was like she's throwing like her feelings out there, I guess, a little bit. I was like, okay, I can dig this track a little bit. Then the next track was like a little bit harder because it was the collab with Eagles of Death Metal, and so I was like, okay, you know what? I'm digging this vibe. I'm digging this vibe. This album might have potential. And then it just kind of took a nosedive after that. Yeah, and some of those things like you mentioned, like I didn't really like that, like the giggliness of some of her vocals, or laughing in halfway through a track, the random like noises and like background noise that kind of goes along with those tracks too. I guess that's the feel they're going for. Like she cousin doesn't care, but kind of still does. I don't know. It just was a kind of a weird project all on for me. Like I can't say that I really enjoyed it.
I did mention on our last video saying that she did try to change her sound, and I think that she did.
Yeah, I would say
it just didn't work out for her.
Yeah, I don't think it worked out that great.
Yeah. So anyways,
I guess Jerry Seinfeld was right to not take her hug. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I did hear about that. That's first off, right? Let's just say he's a bit of a germ freak or whatever.
Germaphobe.
Germaphobe. Yeah. So I can understand that. But God, that was rude though. Like
I thought it was funny. Well, come on. If you're just standing there and you have some random girl just come up to me and say, "Can I have a hug?" You'd be like,
It's like, I'm a big fan. It's like, okay, I don't care. Anyways, whatever.
Anyways, so if you're going to give this album, though, a score out of 5, what would you give it?
Honestly, and this is probably the lowest of the low that everyone gives.
You've given an album a 1 before.
Yeah, and I'm going lower than that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm giving a 0.5 out of, like, nothing. Like, I don't even want to give it a star. A 0.5 out of, like, a 0.5 out of 5 trailer parks.
Trailer parks? Okay. So just like a tire of like a RV or something?
Yeah, just do something to that.
Okay. Alright, so I was going to be a little bit more generous just because of the fact that I like maybe a couple of tracks there, like in the collaborations with like Eagles of Death Metal. So I'll give it a 1.5.
Okay.
But yeah, it's definitely, for me, it's definitely not worth the download. So I'll give it a 1.5 Dolly Parton hairs.
Okay, sure.
She's known for her hair.
Yeah, I guess so.
But anyway, so what are we doing next week?
So next week we have basically no popular artists to review, but we have an indie artist named Grizzly Bear. I heard a couple of tracks, like it, weird videos, whatever. But we're going to do that next week.
So make sure you guys subscribe so you know when we drop that video. And let us know what you guys thought about this album. Did you guys actually like it? Did you like the new sound? Did you like the new feel of Kesha's stuff?
Let us know in the comments. Let me hear the hate.
Or the hate. Let us know in the comments, though, for sure. And don't forget to follow us then on all of our social media at WorthTheDL. And I guess we'll catch you guys on the next one.
See.